well.
Well.
So yeah, John Ladd was just talking about he's watching the first 10 UFCs, and
sound like a fanboy. I'll say it again. The UFC Fight Pass is worth signing up for.
Yeah.
It's, the amount of stuff on it is fucking crazy. Like,
how much is it?
What?
How much is it?
I was saying to Paul, I can't remember if it's either 7 or 10 a month.
Oh,
well worth it.
20 quid for the year, like. It is worth it. Like.
You're watching history. I know that sounds mad cheesy, but you're really, really going back and watching the history of the sport, like.
Yeah.
And
it was literally like looking at a different sport.
Oh, it's the
difference. Like you were saying it right there a second ago, John. You were saying about the fact that you see lads going for and getting caught in moves that you just don't see anymore.
Yeah.
Like remember you would see lads getting caught in the old school schoolyard headlock.
The bulldog headlock, yeah.
It just doesn't happen anymore.
What you see as well is maybe a striker getting taken out and tapping out to pressure.
Yeah, because just couldn't deal with it.
Pressure. I don't know if either is any jiu-jitsu experience, if he's ever felt that.
Yeah, misery.
Little bit that we did, I felt that, and it's fucking horrible. It's suffocating, like, do you know what I mean?
I only did a little bit, but I remember rolling with this young fella who was, I'd say I must have had 6 or 7 stone on him, but he was just so relaxed.
Right.
So relaxed. Just, he was, that kind of floppy, just whatever.
Yeah. You basically would have had no chance pinning him.
No. And I was only, I think I'd only done a couple of classes, and I would have been training, so I was physically very strong. So I was just holding him down. But there's only something I can hold him down for.
Yeah.
And because he's relaxed, he's not wearing himself out.
He didn't give a bollocks. He just sat there, just threw his legs up, moved a little bit of hip movement. And I'd say it's 6 stone easy on him. And after about 2.5 minutes, I was blown out my arse. And he just slipped in, took me back. I fought the submission for about another minute, and then I was fucking done.
I had it the other way around. I had a lad on top of me.
That's how you did.
Half my size, and I just felt the strength of him was fucking unreal. I couldn't get the fucker off me. Had to pull him off.
Hey-o.
Yo.
And it's weird. John isn't talking about jits class.
Yeah.
What's jits?
But before you joined, Mark, we were talking about Don Fry and Dan Severn with the big quality fucking old school manly moustache.
Yeah. Let's be honest, I know like the world has moved on, but they're 2 men.
Oh man.
Fuck
me, like Don Fry is hilarious.
Amazing.
Yeah, he's brilliant.
Everybody still listen to him. I think he still has a podcast. Yeah. He's hilarious. Like
one of them has a podcast where he sits in his armchair. He sits in an armchair beside an open fire, smoking a cigar, and I think his wife his wife in a little French maid outfit brings him drinks.
Let's be honest, we'd all love to do that.
So cheesy.
I mean, I'd love to bring him a drink wearing a little French maid outfit.
We knew that. You didn't have to clarify that. We knew
that.
That's a given.
But yeah, I think the last one of that for me that is kind of connected to that was Dan Henderson. There was just something similar about him, just that, like a lot of times they were fighting lads that were like probably better athletes in the grand scheme of things, like better strikers or smoother at certain things, and they didn't give a fuck going in. They could have been going in to a fight and everyone was saying, listen, you're going to lose this fight. It didn't go. If I put it this way, they struck me as the sort of person, if they fought a fella 5 times in a row and the fella knocked him out 5 times in a row and you asked them to fight him 6 times, they just say without even thinking about it.
Yeah.
They just didn't care, like, they were.
Look at it. If you look at the kind of open weight aspect of it.
Yeah.
What's in it? It was Keith Hackney or Emmanuel Yarborough.
Yes.
And like Hackney's not a small lad, but he
No.
looked fucking tiny beside Emmanuel, as everyone would beside Emmanuel Yarbrough. He's just like, yeah, fuck it, I'll go in there and fight him. No rules, no bother.
Yeah.
This
Yeah,
giant
give a fuck.
fucking man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Was
fight him.
is that the one that Hackney broke his hands in off?
Yeah,
head?
he hit him with an open hand, fucking slap and knocked him down. Like, yeah.
And on the ground, he ended up breaking his hand. And Paul, if you remember, then our favorite fight was the next fight. He didn't fight because his hand was broken.
So your man, the red-haired fella,
the next highest ranked bloke from his
from
club,
his dojo, yeah,
his dojo, and it looked like your man looked like a postman with a crap mustache.
It's honestly, it's one of it's
and he fought
weirdly,
like I think he fought Pat Smith or Murray Smith, a big massive.
No, it was yeah, it was Pat Smith.
Pat Smith, and your man looked like it was the first time to ever get actually hit.
It really did look like it,
and
like it looked like before that.
Right. Oh, the guy with the mullet, was it?
Yeah. And he put a real awkward, crappy southpaw stance, but like a real crap one.
Yeah.
Like he didn't even think like, I'll just try and protect me fucking boat race here.
No head movement. No awareness of where his feet were.
No striking.
No striking.
Like,
you know what? You had to give it to him, right? He got knocked down. I remember he got knocked down, and he had a look on his face like, what the fuck is this shit? And he didn't tap out. He didn't just go, get me fucking out of here. Because if you think about it, remember Art Jimerson, and people hiss on Art Jimerson, he was a proper boxer. He had a very respectable record. He ended up, I think the UFC ended up hiring him as a striking coach in a couple of games, and like he fought some real dudes. Like he gets in, gets taken down. So he was used to fighting and being in competition. He gets in, gets taken down, taps to nothing.
Yeah.
This fella gets knocked down. He obviously knew within 10 seconds he had no fucking business being in there, and he hung in there for what, like just you know, whether to prove a point or not embarrass his dojo or whatever it was. And you were like, I know what I would have been down. Tap that fucking man immediately. Get me out of here.
Yeah. I think he took more punishment than he needed to, big time. Like,
absolutely, yeah.
Another thing is about the old ones, like, you see lads coming in practicing fucking Jeet Kune Do, and you know, it's like, what the fuck even is that?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you never hear that anymore. Like, it's all the lads are either like they've all trained MMA for. I don't even think they mention it anymore, do they?
They do mention it, but it's always nonsense. Like every now and then, do you remember Roy Nelson? It was always like this fighter is a kung fu fighter.
Yeah,
clearly not. And Joseph Benavidez is a jiu-jitsu fighter, and you know they all have freestyle or shoe fighter and stuff like that. Most of them, realistically, now the whole kind of the new wave of fighters that are coming up now that are between the ages of say 22 to 30, they're all just training straight MMA. There's no one coming from anything else. The exception, I think, is wrestling and judo.
Yeah. But I think that's even fading out.
That's starting to fade out.
You know what I mean?
To fade out a lot.
You're getting lads growing up saying, I want to be an MMA fighter.
Not I want to be a wrestler or whatever,
start wrestling and move over into a sport, like.
Yeah.
Your mom was on it as well. I was saying, I think he was, I can't remember what number it was, but have you ever seen Foxcatcher?
Yeah,
yes.
Yeah, there's a documentary and a film done on it.
Mark Kerr.
Was it? No. What's his fucking name?
Oh,
jeez.
Fuck.
Been gone.
Mark.
Mark something. It is a Mark.
Schultz,
yeah.
Mark and Dave Schultz.
Which one's the one that got shot?
I think Mark was the one that got shot, I think.
Yeah, so a few months after that, his brother was actually in the UFC, and I think he beat Gary Goodrich.
Wow.
Fuck.
I think.
He only had one or two fights, though, didn't he?
Yeah, well, I've only seen him doing one.
Yeah.
But worth watching anyway.
Yeah.
If you want to see something, one though.
You what?
If you want to see someone doing Jeet Kune Do.
You don't know I do. So, what are we going to talk about?
Wasn't there a fight night card? So we
There
said
was a fight night card. There was the whatchamacallit?
There's been
Edwards.
two talked.
There was Edwards and Mohammed Bilal. Bilal Mohammed and Leon Edwards. Do you want to talk about? Did you watch that?
Did watch it, but I watched it a couple of weeks ago, so I might be a bit foggy on it.
Yeah. Well, we might as well just talk about the main event, which was Bilal Mohammed against Leon Edwards at welterweight. Edwards was ranked.
And another ongoing fucking issue. Poxy.
Yep, this is it.
It was a weird one because it didn't go into the eye, it didn't go up into the eye. It went fucking down. Did you see the still?
It was
horrible
to watch.
You could see down around the guy's eyeball. You know what I mean? It's fucking and the scream out of him as soon as it happened.
Apparently he's all right now.
Yeah.
The screams out of him.
He got surgery, did he?
I don't think so.
No.
The screams out of him was yeah. Big fucking pussy.
I suppose they do realistically have to figure something out though, because how many fights is it fucking affecting at this stage?
Why can't they have covered gloves, fingered gloves?
I don't know.
Wasn't that the way it was in Pride? The fingers were covered.
I think it was just the glove was designed in a way that you, like, whatever way your fingers were, whatever was going to hit you was going to be glove and not finger.
Yeah.
You know that kind of way. Yeah.
There's a lot more. It's not padding, but there's a lot more covering on it.
Yeah. Surely, if your fingers were covered like individually to still allow you to grip, surely the covering, whatever smooth covering, whatever it's made out of, is better than a finger with a nail on it going into your eye.
You'd like to think.
I mean, it's the finger nail, no matter how short it is, that's what's going to fuck your eye up.
Yeah.
Whereas if it's a blunt kind of covering.
I remember sparring one time, and whatever fucking happened, I can't even remember the exact details, but the Velcro off your man's glove grazed across my eye.
Yeah.
The fucking pain of it is fucking horrendous. It's horrible.
Yeah.
It took me hours to get right.
Yeah.
Hours, like. It's really bad, like, so I don't know, like, anything grazing across your eye is never fucking good. Obviously.
No, that's never going to be good. Never going to be good. And I mean, Mohammed was on the ground screaming, and the physician came in and was covering his eye, and he couldn't see anything.
Nah.
And I thought for a second, this dude's gone blind.
Yeah.
Because there was no blood coming out. Yeah, no blood. It wasn't like you can't see because there's blood in his eye. He just couldn't see. Yeah. I don't know what the actual physics of it is. Maybe there's a neural thing, nerve shock or something like that. But whatever it was, it didn't look good.
No,
it didn't look good at all.
Besides that,
who do you think was winning the fight before that happened?
I think
fairly even, wasn't it?
It was. I think Edwards probably being a bit more accurate, a little bit more clinical. He probably didn't have as much output, but he was probably being a bit more effective.
So it was very tight.
Yeah, it was. I tell you, it was a lot tighter than Edwards thought it was going to be.
Yeah. Your man Mohammed's fun to watch.
He was quite calm. No, Edwards.
Yeah.
I think Bilal tried to bum rush him a few times with a couple of heavy rights, and Edwards kind of kept his head on his shoulder, kept the distance, hit him with a couple more. I think Edwards was more accurate.
Yeah,
definitely.
Now I know the fight only lasted for half a round or something like that.
It was a round and a half, wasn't it?
Round and a half, yeah.
As I remember.
Yeah, sorry, you're right. Sorry, a round and a half. You're right. But I mean, even though Mohammed to me looked like he was a stronger person, I think Edwards was landing the heavier shots.
He was landing cleaner shots.
And I think he might have stung him with a head kick as well,
Yeah. I certainly don't think that was good. Like, I think, listen, Edwards is a bit of a numpty to listen to. You know, he's a bit painful. I think he thinks he's better than he is.
Yeah.
And that stops him actually being as good as he could be, if you get me.
Yeah.
The bravado just takes over a little bit too much.
Yeah.
Like he thinks he should
I
be
think
walking into a title shot.
I don't
he's trying to
think
play
so.
that game. The
I don't
talk
buy it.
game, not good enough for that.
Yeah.
If you get me. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he's trying to talk his way into these fucking shots like what's his name?
Chael.
No, what's the fucking lad? Trump's mate. Trump's mate.
Oh,
Colby.
Colby
Covington.
So I think he's trying to play that game, and it's not really working out for him.
No,
Yeah.
I think Edwards really. I don't know. Listen, a top 5 maybe, but I just that little difference with the top 3, I don't get it. Like he's ranked number 3.
Yeah.
But I actually see it. Like I think he'd probably struggle with some of the others in like the UFC welterweight rankings. He's ahead of Masvidal, but I think Masvidal beat him. He's ahead of Neil Magny. He's ahead of Damian Maia, which I don't know why Damian Maia is still ranked there anyway.
I'd like to see him fight Magny actually.
Yeah, I think Magny.
Yeah, I think Magny would be a good fight there.
I think that'd be a good matchup.
He's ranked ahead of Stephen Thompson. I think Stephen Thompson will probably beat him as well.
I have to admit to being quite unenthusiastic about Thompson.
Yeah, I think he just have too much for Edwards.
Yeah.
I mean, if you look at he's ranked number 3, and he's on a good tear, but he going back to 2017, he did decision win against Vicente Luque, who's ranked 9 or 10 at the moment.
He fought last night.
Then he's decision win against Brian Barberena. He stopped Peter Sabata. Decision against Donald Cerrone. Split decision against Gunnar Nelson back in 2019, and a unanimous decision against Rafael dos Anjos back in 2019. Yeah, he's ranked number 3.
And then he didn't fight again for like a year or a year and a half.
Yeah.
It's not a fantastic bleeding record.
No,
like,
and if you look at, he fought when he beat Rafael dos Anjos. Dos Anjos had won 3 straight, then had lost twice, won once, lost twice.
Yeah.
So he wasn't
the best version.
No. So yeah, I don't know. I think he talk like you like that. You're saying he talks his way into it. He's ranked 3. I just don't see it. I don't get how he is ranked 3.
Yeah, I think the welterweight division might be a little bit messy at the moment as well.
Yeah. And when he beat Cowboy by decision. Cowboy had lost 3 of his last 4, 2 by stoppage.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Who was up next for a title shot in that division? Do you know?
Huh?
Who was up next for a title shot in that division?
Tell you now.
Masvidal, isn't it?
Masvidal, yeah.
Masvidal is ranked 5th.
Yeah, but he's fighting.
But yeah, he's fighting Usman next.
That's right.
But the next ranked, basically, Usman has beaten Colby Covington. He's beaten Kamaru. He's beaten Masvidal. So he's beaten 3 of the next 4 ranked.
He's beaten what's his name? Edwards as well, hasn't he?
No, they haven't fought.
Sure.
Oh, wait a second. You could be right there. I don't know. I didn't think he had. Oh, sorry. You're right. He fought him back in 2015, lost by decision. You're dead right. So he's beaten. Usman has beaten the 4 closest ranked players.
Yeah, the current, top 4.
So he's beaten Colby, Gilbert Burns, Leon Edwards, and Masvidal.
It'd be interesting to see that rematch, to see how Masvidal does with
a full camp behind him, like. Yeah.
Come here, I think Masvidal's a tough fucking hell cookie, good fighter, but I don't think he's good enough to beat Usman.
Usman is.
But he's just a smothering wrestling game, doesn't he?
He is. He's solid that way, isn't he?
And as well as that, he seems to be very hard to hurt.
Yeah.
He marches people down.
Yeah.
good. I wouldn't say he sets the most electric pace in the world, but when he sets a pace, he just holds it.
Yes, cardio.
There's no let off. He doesn't get.
If I thought he was going to stand and trade with Masvidal, I'd give Masvidal a chance, but I don't think he's going to do that at all.
No. He'd be mad to, because now Masvidal will be coming in off a full camp. He's going to be sharper. He's going to be faster. His time will be better. So, listen, the key to victory is just maul him, get him up against the cage, dirty box, and drag him down.
He does stick to his game plan as well.
Yeah.
He doesn't get drawn into anything that's not his fight. Like.
And as well as that, like, his striking, it's not exactly the prettiest, but he's effective with it. He lands his shots.
Yeah.
Kind of awkward kind of shots. He kind of throws them off that box, goes through, and he's a good right hand. And
he breaks Covington's jaw.
Yeah. So, it's not like he's nothing on the feet. Good, decent jab as well last time out.
Yeah.
So he has just enough on the feet.
Good fight, actually.
Yeah.
And there was something else on that card I meant to bring up.
The other disqualification.
Yes. It wasn't a disqualification, though, and I don't see why it wasn't. What's his name? Eric Anders, was it?
Yeah.
Didn't see that fight, actually. What happened that one?
I can't remember who he was fighting. I don't remember who he was fighting. But guy was down against the fence, like proper down, and Anders kneed him in the head.
Oh, I do remember that one. Sorry.
Your
man's name was Stewart. Something Stewart.
Darren Stewart.
I remember it. Yeah.
Tasty little fight, like.
Yeah.
It was actually warming up to be a good one, wasn't it?
Yeah, Stewart looked well. I think Stewart was causing enough problems that forced Anders to go for that takedown.
Do you think something weird about Anders, and that nearly every fight he seems to gas out very quickly?
Yeah, because that's so fucking hard, man.
Yeah.
Every fucking shot.
He does, yeah.
But like, I don't know what your opinions on it was. Like, maybe because it landed on the hand and not the head. Why wasn't that a DQ? Like?
Yeah, I don't know why it wasn't why it was a no contest. It should have been contest. Doesn't make any sense, actually. Yeah.
Well, surely, considering what happened the week before, it should have been a DQ, no?
Because it was a DQ the week before, wasn't it?
Yes.
Wait you hear this. This makes no sense. It's down as no contest, illegal knee.
Yeah,
that's a very weird one.
What?
Now, is it? I actually can't think of a reason why that wouldn't be a DQ.
No.
If the fight was stopped because of that shot, like.
And it's an illegal shot.
Yeah. How was that not a DQ?
I don't know. I don't get it.
Surely, if you look at it in that regards, then the title fight the week before should have been a no contest and rebooked as a rematch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a very weird one. I know somewhere in the paperwork there's the concept of intention, but that's a very
Sure, that's madness. How would you prove intention? Like,
yeah.
How do you prove it? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a weird one.
Yeah.
Weird one.
I didn't get that at all.
There's another good fight.
Davey Grant looked well.
Grant, yeah, that's the one. Grant against Jonathan Martinez.
He seems to be brimming with confidence.
I didn't really him coming off. He was in one of the TOFs, wasn't he?
That's right, yeah.
And I wasn't blown away by him back then, so I kind of haven't really took notice of him.
Yeah.
Last week, like.
Yeah, he's fucking full of confidence. Yeah. It's like he's just saying, right, this is it. I better get this done, or this is my last chance.
Cracker of a knockout.
Yeah.
They were both lashing the leg kicks out in the first round.
Yeah.
But yeah,
he keeps going and getting better. He can cause serious problems in that division.
He can. He needs. He. There are some fundamental changes he needs to make to his game, and you could see it in that the exchanges were taking their toll on him. He started to slow down seriously in round two. His output, Grant, yeah. I don't think his output slowed down, and I don't think he had as much pop in his shots. But But when he hit that left-right combo,
savage combo.
Holy shit!
That was perfect.
That combo was
What
beautiful. What was it? Was it a right hook to the body and a straight left or a left hook?
To be honest with you.
Oh man, it was fucking picture perfect.
Pretty, yeah.
Very, very nice.
Mm.
And the other one, did you watch
the fella he was fighting had won 4 of his last 5.
Yeah. Your man was on a good streak as well. That's right, yeah. Martinez. Did you watch Dan Ige and Gavin Tucker?
Yeah.
Ige.
Stoppage.
Yeah, Ige with a 5-inch reach advantage. And then he just hit him just straight out the gate, straight right, boom.
Yeah.
22 seconds.
Game over. And it was I don't know who's in charge of doing the time.
Yeah, it seemed like it was like 4 seconds, didn't it?
It was like 5 seconds or something like that. I don't know who's in charge of that fucking stopwatch.
Yeah.
Probably what's his name? Do you remember that ref? Who's that ref that we don't see anymore?
That's the guy.
Yeah, that's who was in charge of the timer.
Yeah.
But there was some good little scraps on that card. It
wasn't the worst card, yeah.
Did you watch the next one, Brunson and Howard?
Yeah.
Just make of it.
I didn't actually get to watch it.
Oh, you didn't get to watch it?
No.
You know the results?
Yeah.
What?
Hang up, piss off.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. I just turned your camera off.
I didn't get a chance. I was up to my balls this week. I just saw a little bit of the Kevin Holland one. I didn't get a chance to have a look at the other ones. What the fuck are you doing?
Well, come here. Remember a couple of weeks ago we were talking about who's your fucking fighter to watch. And I obviously picked Holland. I think he's up there. I think he's one of the best. What the fuck in that fight? Absolute fucking madness, like.
Yeah. Madness. Losing the fight and just talking bullshit and like get the job done. Like I think
it was Bisping that said like that's grand if you're winning a fight. Talk all the runs. But if you're losing a fight and losing badly, it's one of them rounds, like
not listening to your corner. His corner were trying to talk to him and he was shouting out to Khabib.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Down still, you clown. Like.
You're literally.
What he said about it?
Well,
thought you mental breakdown.
Holland had a mental breakdown with the pressure coming up to that fight.
Yeah, I mean
that's what it seemed like.
That's not outside
totally bizarre behavior.
Crazy, man. Mad. I've never seen anything like that.
Yeah,
very strange.
Like I say, I love a bit of that as well. Fucking shit talking and.
Oh yeah.
He is quite entertaining when he does it. Like, do you know what I mean?
But you want to see it when someone's lighting someone up.
Yeah.
Yeah, get your head in the fight. He didn't even throw one. That was. I think he fucking caught him with caught Brunson with a head kick once.
I tell you what I will say is if I was his team, I'd be very, very worried. Listen, Brunson is a good wrestler. He's a good grappler. He's a good all-rounder. He's physically strong. Yeah. But there's better wrestlers out there, and he had nothing for him.
Yeah.
I'd personally, if I was his coach, I'd be thinking, balls, we need to get this fucking like that's a massive Brunson was a Division 2 wrestler. Good, high standard, all the rest of it. But as they say, there's a reason there's divisions. There's a reason that there's different divisions out there. So does that mean then any Division 1 wrestler with good timing that's in the UFC can just do the same to him? Just take him down and maul him and
I think if he had won that fight, he would have been pushed on to Adesanya.
100%.
They made it clear they don't like each other, blah blah blah. It wasn't it. I was actually, did you see the crack with Adesanya this week? He's in Australia. Why? There was a big talk on Twitter, I think, between him and Holland, and Adesanya said basically, "Shut up or I'll rape you." And the fucking Prime Minister of Australia has come out and she's like, you can't be fucking saying things like that, blah, blah. BMW have dropped them.
Oh.
Sponsor, BM fucking W.
Shit.
So, like, you know what I mean? He was up there. I think he would have got his title shot, would have been over. Where's Brunson ranked, Mark?
4.
4, yeah.
Oh, well, there you go. He would have I thought Brunson wasn't as high as that. So I think he would have got a shot with a win there.
Like, I'm just looking at some of the others that are ranked in around there. Like your man Hermanson.
Yeah.
He starts as a Greco-Roman wrestler. He's no joke if he gets a hold of you. He's lucky enough in the sense of the other people. Like again, though, Robert Whittaker is no joke as a wrestler either.
Yeah.
He's kind of lucky that there's kind of a lot of strikers in around there. But then there's Calvin Gastelum, good wrestler. Chris Weidman is just ranked at 11. But the middleweight, you'll always have a couple of wrestlers coming through in around that 185 mark.
Yeah.
Jared Cannonier is 3, but I don't think he was much of a wrestler really.
Oh, I think he's more hands in.
Yeah. But I'd be worried that you're looking at someone who's talking like the next big thing, and someone has just exposed relatively early on, this is how to beat him.
Yeah.
He had nothing really off his back. His resistance to the takedown, I put it this way, a better wrestler than Brunson would have just double-legged the fuck out of him.
Yeah.
Did Blachowicz not show the same with Adesanya?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
That's another thing to believe.
The only other thing, I suppose, there was at least there was a size difference there.
Yeah, true. Yeah, of course.
You know what I mean? And here, like with and you know what, Holland, like he's 28, 6'3", second degree black belt in Kung Fu.
Amazing.
He's a black belt under Travis Luther, but geez, you wouldn't have known to look at him.
No.
He really didn't have a lot off his back. He's 5 submission wins. If I was his coach, I'd be fucking very concerned. And then maybe listen, I was very high on him, but then look at his record. He's 5 good wins in a row. But no one that would really be challenging for the takedowns. Like Jacare, obviously a cracking grappler, one of the best ever on the mats, but wouldn't really be known for double legging you or snatching a high crotch or anything like that.
With Brunson, because of what he did to Jacare.
Which?
I wasn't too worried about Holland being on the ground with Brunson because of what he did to Jacare.
Same. Because when they hit the ground initially, I was like, what the fuck? He's fine on the ground here.
Yeah.
He wasn't overwhelmed at all. But then again, listen, maybe there's a bit of truth to what Dana said. His head wasn't in the fucking game.
Just wasn't there.
Maybe.
You think it wasn't until the 5th round that he got up out of his takedown, was it?
Yeah, it was bizarre.
Yeah,
or the takedown was on, I think. Or
he wasn't causing any major problems to Brunson outside of the takedowns either.
Okay.
So I think he's going to have to wait a while before he gets anything remotely worth talking about.
Well, I think the reality is he's pissed off the fucking boss.
Yeah.
So
I think everybody knows that, though, that the way to piss off the boss is to be talking shit while you're getting beaten.
Yeah.
You know that acting like you're the champ when you're clearly
yeah.
He didn't win one round of a fight.
No one wants to see a title. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Did you see or hear?
Well, listen, the other thing is it's fickle. If he goes out in his next fight and stops someone with something amazing, he'd be the next best thing again.
No, yeah.
So but his next performance needs to be fucking top notch.
Did you see Tai Tuivasa?
Yeah.
Against Harry Hunsucker?
No.
Yeah.
Hunsucker looked like now I don't know anything about him. I don't know his record.
Last minute replacement, wasn't he?
Yeah, he looked like someone who maybe fought on the local circuit.
Yeah.
And Tai Tuivasa hit him with a low leg kick, and you could see the minute it landed, you could see our man going, "Oh, what?"
What the?
That was it. That was basically it.
Shouldn't have been in there.
He had no business being in the ring with a heavyweight like that. The other fight I wanted to talk about, there was another couple of good fights on that, but the other fight was the women's strawweight fight. Cheyenne Boys against Montserrat Coneo.
It doesn't ring a bell with me.
The
the board to spit at your woman.
Well, there was a bit of argy-bargy after the last bell went all right, yeah. But your one Montserrat Coneo's tactic was basically getting you into a kind of a head and arm kind of takedown and just kind of sitting on you and punching you in the kind of forehead, not threatening with anything, not willing to let go of that to threaten for an actual submission and just holding her in place. Now, the other side of that coin is your woman Cheyenne had nothing for her. She did try and get out of it. She did try and swing her leg around Montserrat's hips to maybe pop her head out and take her back, but wasn't able to. It was 3 rounds of that.
Fucking hell.
3 rounds. Now, Cheyenne was very frustrated, and when they were split, the bell went, the two of them kind of were going. I don't know, maybe you're right, John. Maybe your one did kind of spit or said something or something like that. Yeah, there was a bit of... they were both kind of giving the finger to each other, and the ref had to keep in between them and everything like that. But I could see how it was very frustrating for your woman to lose that fight to basically what was a headlock and then a hip throw, and then then nothing.
You can see how it's frustrating, but it's up to her to get out of that.
It is up to her to get out.
Yeah.
If she can't get out with something as simple as that, then you kind of have to say that's why you're losing.
Yeah.
But I have to say I was more impressed with your woman who lost, because in the stand-up exchanges she was much better.
Right.
Your woman had nothing else other than getting to the clinch.
She was doing enough, Paul, for the ref not to stop it though.
She was doing enough, as in she was sitting on her with her head in there. She was sitting on her and just kind of constantly punching her in the face.
The whole thing is, as John says though, if you're in the UFC and you can't stop someone doing that to you, you've no business complaining then. You can't go crying after it. They held me down and they were, listen, I'm a better striker than them. Yeah, but you didn't keep standing. Yeah, but I'm better. Well, that's all well and good, but everybody saw you getting taken down for 3 rounds. And now the other thing is, on the flip side, your one's not going to get any big fights, winning fights like that.
No.
Absolutely.
It's cool.
Yeah.
That's what happened to Paul Daly. Remember fucking Josh Koscheck did that?
Yeah.
Then Daly swung at him after the belt. Never seen him again. But that's exactly what happened to him. Like, and he was in the same in that way. He's looking for the ref to stand him up.
Yeah.
And he's busy enough. You get out of there, like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, if you can't get out of there, it's your tough.
Get out of there, like.
Exactly.
It's all part of the game.
Yeah. Anything else on that card you can remember? No,
I'll have to go back and have a look at the cup.
It is a good card. That last card, the whatchamacallit, Brunson Howard. That main card, there's some good scraps on it. It's worth watching. I haven't watched the prelims yet now, but there's some good scraps on it.
I'll have to have a look at it.
Did you watch the scraps last night, Mark?
I watched most of the main card.
Okay, don't say that because me and John Loud haven't seen them yet.
Don't watch it now in a minute.
Because what I did is I woke up and watched them because I said if I don't watch them now, someone will fucking text me. Did you see this happen or that happening? So I just get up and watch it early and people fucking say what they want then after.
Yeah. I'll watch it
on Sunday, but it was out in the 40 cup.
Oh yeah.
Like,
it was freezing your balls off.
Fucking, and his lads was Baltic this morning.
How long did you stay in for?
Seconds.
Just hit the water straight back out.
I used to go out there a bit as well, but I never went out in the winter. I think the latest in the year I went out was September.
Yeah, I jumped in as soon as I was in. I was heading back out. Like, do you know what I mean?
Jesus.
Busy enough out there now.
I'd say so. Yeah. I say you were pink and purple all over, were you?
I was sore, man. My feet were fucking sore. Like.
Jesus.
I just want to make a couple of picks then. None of you have seen, well, I'm not going to pick because I know the results, but just want to make a pick for Ngannou and Miocic.
I haven't seen it yet, but I'm going to stick with my gut instinct, which is Miocic is just he's like to me, he's kind of like the Cain Velasquez of
the heavyweights.
yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's like the newer, I don't want to say the new era Cain Velasquez, you know what I mean? But he's kind of taken that torch. He's very much an all-rounder. He's smart. I think he's underrated massively. And I think all Ngannou has is, and this, I don't know whether Ngannou has made massive changes to his game. I think all Ngannou has is the physical power. He has that. We've all seen what he did to the likes of Overeem and stuff. He can put you 6 feet under with one tap. He doesn't even have to land clean. But I think Miocic is smart, has great footwork, and has fought him already before. I think that's maybe the defining factor. I'm going to go with Miocic.
I've seen it, but the answer I'll give would be the answer I would have given last week. I think
about last week.
Yeah, I think Stipe has more ways to win the fight. He's more experienced in the big moment. He's more polished, probably overall. But when I seen the weight of him at the weigh-in, that did make me fucking pause. Now I have to say,
pound in a difference or something, wasn't it?
Yeah, but he's 12 pounds lighter than he was in the first fight. So that maybe is just making me think. I don't know. But listen, unless Ngannou has made significant strides, it's going to be a long night for him. On the other side, well, one thing that I think we forgot from the first fight is that Stipe landed a lot of flush punches and he never once wobbled Ngannou. So I'd say Ngannou took a bit of courage or a bit of positivity from that you big shots and
it was all right
and was fine. But if he hasn't addressed the cardio issues and the big gaps in that transitional space between striking and takedowns and getting off his back, it could be a long night from now. That's exactly the answer I would have given if I didn't know to watch the fight. I don't think I'd ever put money on it because it's heavyweight, one shot either way.
Yeah, change it. I tell you what we should do. We should do our picks now for. I know it's a bit further away, but we should do our picks now for UFC 261.
Who's on that?
So Usman and Masvidal, the main event.
I'll be on Usman all day long.
What about you, Mark?
Let me have a look at it here.
I'm going to go with Masvidal for the upset because I think it's a little bit of an unknown factor. The fact that he's had a little bit longer to prepare for this one.
Plus, he knows what to expect, I suppose.
He does, but at the same side, on that coin, like you were saying earlier on, Usman is he's so solid. Do you know what I mean? He's so solid.
Put it this way, I'd prefer Masvidal to win, but I'd probably go with Usman.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to go with Masvidal.
Is that he's in the fucking that clown's corner, Jake Paul, when he's fighting Askren.
Yeah.
Let me just say before we do our picks, that's pissing me off the fucking no end. You're going to get your man Jake Paul, right? And they're going to go into boxing with Ben Askren, and he's going to beat Ben Askren. Have you seen him? He's a lot fucking bigger than Ben Askren.
Yeah.
And he's up with his hands, like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But what's going to happen now is you're going to that clown will go in and beat him at boxing. He's going to beat a UFC fighter that never had any fucking which way of striking.
No.
Yeah.
You're going to get all these clowns going, oh, he's better than the UFC fighter.
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Pisses me off no end.
Askren has no business being in a boxing ring.
Not at all. Fucking hell.
Never known for his striking. Never.
Awkward, sloppy, uncoordinated striking.
Yep. There's a very, very high chance that Jake Paul beats him.
Yeah.
Sorry,
I'd love to see it just out of nowhere a big, awkward, overhand fight. Big, horrible, awkward, ignorant swing. Just knock Jake Paul's fucking head clean off. But slightly.
We can wish.
Zhang Weili against Rose.
I don't think I'd ever pick against Zhang Weili. She's a fucking
savage.
animal.
But I'd have a hard time picking against Rose. Ever since, do you remember? Ever since she fought Joanna, that fight was one of my favorite fights ever.
Both fights.
What?
Both fights.
Yeah. Rose looked, the first one especially. Rose looked phenomenal.
Yeah, I think Weili is a different animal though.
She is. She's very cool. I'm gonna go with Rose for the upset.
I'll stick with Weili, and I think she makes it look easy.
Oh. Yeah.
I think she gets it done inside a 3.
What?
I think
Weili gets it done inside of 3 rounds.
What about you, John?
I don't think she looks easy, but maybe on points. Weili on points.
Okay. Shevchenko against Jessica Andrade.
Shevchenko.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Andrade again for the upset.
Fucking hard on for the underdogs today, man.
The reason I like Andrade is she's had a couple of rough fights, right? She's been beaten by both, if I'm not mistaken, consecutively Rose and Zhang Weili.
Yeah.
One after the other. She then, I think she bet, what's her name? The one with the weird surname, Caitlin. She's mad looking. She looks like a bit of a heroin junkie.
Jeez.
Caitlin Chukakango and what's her name?
What's that?
Caitlin.
Oh yeah. She's like a native Indian.
Yeah, what's her surname?
Chukagian.
That's it. She beat her. She's beaten Tisha Torres, Claudia Gaia, Calderwood, Hill. So she's beaten some pretty solid names in the game. I think she's
great power.
She has been beaten by the 2 top fighters in that division, Rose and Zhang. I think steel sharpens steel, and I think she might be coming out the other end better.
Do you remember when she won the title off Rose?
Vicious.
You were talking, Paul, and both of us said that she drops the title to the next fighter she meets.
Who?
Andrade.
Oh yeah.
Neither of us thought she was not championship caliber, obviously, but neither of us thought she'd hold the title long.
No, I didn't think she would have. Yeah.
No, so I think she's up there, but I don't think she's good enough.
I think this would be a turning point for her now. I think if this fight goes badly for her, I think that might be, curtains on her title shot. I'm not sure what age she is. What age is she? 30 something.
Andrade. Where is she? 29.
29. All right.
Hello.
Yeah.
She looks older.
She does. Had a hard life.
Yeah. She's not young and fresh faced like me.
What?
Huh? Let's just skate over that.
Yeah.
So that's the picks. Who else is on that? Oh, Weidman is fighting Hall.
I go with Weidman to break Hall.
Yeah.
Hall is always he's like Rampage, isn't he? It depends on which version of him shows up on the night.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
He can
never know what they're gonna get off him. Like.
No, he can be world caliber or he can be massively underwhelming.
Yeah.
So
Anthony Smith, late replacement, fighting Jimmy Crew.
I like Smith. I think it's hard. This is a hard one in the sense of. Do you remember his fight when he got his teeth fucking broken and?
I was against Glover.
Yeah, and they were saying like the referee should have stopped it.
Yeah.
And I get that, but sometimes, listen, these fighters aren't us. We're crap. These are elite athletes, and their mentality and mindset is
completely different.
Is totally different. And
I do feel like I'm getting injured just watching it.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Like you're nearly saying. You have to understand, if you're into this, you're watching a combat sport, and as cheesy as it sounds, bravery is a real thing in combat sport.
Yeah.
Courage and bravery, and your willingness to absorb punishment that other people would fucking cringe at.
Yeah.
So I think sometimes, as bad as that one looked, and made me like him all the more, was that you were looking at it. I think it was not Glover Teixeira did it to him. It was Glover, I think. If it was stopped, you're actually taking away his kind of opportunity, or his his decision to show you, no, I'm willing to stick it out. Yeah, no, 99.999% of people on the world would not look at a referee and go, "You wouldn't pick up my teeth there, please, would you?"
Yeah.
And then keep fighting. 99.999% of people in the world will just tap out and say, "He's at the smashing my whole face here," and he didn't. And but he was still conscious. He was still defending himself. He was still moving. It was rough looking, absolutely. But you can't, just because it's rough looking, you can't take away someone's opportunity to show you what they're made of.
Yeah,
that's what he was doing. So I really like him, and I find it hard. Even head wise, he might be outgoing. He might be coming off the tail end of his best years. I'd go with him just on his ability to grit it out when he absolutely shouldn't.
And he hits like a truck. Let's 100%. Not forget that.
And he's a lot better round. Well, he's a lot more well rounded than I think he gets credit for. People, I think, just think he's a kickboxer, but his ground game and his that in between transitional grappling is actually very good.
Well, 3 of his last 5 wins are submissions.
Submissions, yeah.
Just so much a sign there about like some people calling for the fight to be stopped. Like, I think at the end of that, some people forget that it's a fight.
It's a fight. You're not watching a team sport. It's a fight.
Yeah, it's a fucking fight. Like, and if there's a fella in there and he's cut up to fuck, cuts everywhere, a couple of his teeth gone. As long as I know the whole thing about you should be watching your fighter, but if he's not wobbling around the place and fucking, if he's getting up off a stool and saying, right, I've got a chance in this round, give him the fucking chance in the round.
Yeah.
Fights aren't fucking fun. They're bleeding horrible.
It's a fight. And he knows this. And his coaches know it. Everyone knows it.
And so does the other guy.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So let them meet, let them fight. I think some people, like I say, the bigger the sport gets, more people are looking at it as a sport.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Even the fucking, see, there's a warning. There's a warning on it now if you watch it on BT Sports. This program contains violence.
Yeah.
Ultimate Fighting Championship. You know what I mean?
People writing in complaint letters. I didn't know what to expect. The violence was horrendous.
He was hitting him in the face.
Coronation. Do you know what I mean? It's a fight.
Yeah.
So that's a fight.
The other thing to keep in mind is Jimmy Crew, I think, might be underestimated as well.
Yeah, his man. He's got
ranked. I don't think he's in the top 10 yet. He's in the top 20. Smith.
7th or something, is he?
Smith is number 6.
6.
Here, hang on. I'll check Crew now while I'm at it. Crew is 13.
13.
Crew is coming off Crew is he's 12-1.
Yeah, he's a good lad. Like, he's no joke. He's a big lad.
I think Smith will be his biggest test so far.
Who's knocked out there?
Yeah.
Who was his last fight?
His last fight was October, and he fought Modestas Bukauskas.
He creamed him, didn't he?
Yeah, knocked him out in first round knockout. So that's our picks for that. Let's hang on a second. So I'm picking. Did you say you're going for Smith, John?
Yeah, I'll go with Smith.
We're all going for Smith. I think we're all going for Weidman as well, are we?
Yeah.
I'm going for all the underdogs in the championship fights. You lads are expecting the belts will not change hands.
Yeah, I think they'll stay where they are.
Throw a tenner at that.
I might actually throw a few quid on it this time. I don't usually know, but
I'll give you a text in a while and let you know what the underdogs are.
Okay, yeah, do. Just for the laugh, just see what way it works out.
Yeah.
And then when I win, then next podcast I'll just like make it rain. Yeah.
With fivers.
Yeah.
All right, so we leave it there then for now.
Yeah.
And what?
We'll go watch the fights.
Well, Hirsch.
Enjoy the fights.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch this now in a few minutes. And I'll text you later on, let you know.
Cool. All right, well.
All right, dudes.
Take it easy.
Bye.
Good.